Welcome to St. Petersburg, Florida, where Ahmed Silla starts on pole from Christian Bentley and teammate Takeyoshi Nishimoto. Matthew Hart starts fourth from Bastian Tan and Christian Palamino. Then comes Kaylee Williams and Sammy Boy Sam. Teammate Jonathan Sims starts ninth from Juan Villalobos in the back row of the top 12. Perez followed by Grigorov. Babinas Sr. starts 13th from Spiker Peppo and Silky. Then comes Kepi Sullivan, Tam Andalay, and Star. Chaos Andalay starts down in 19th from Toprak and Zygmunt. Then comes the back three, Antonio Ponte, teammate Anok Yu, and Mario Kloske. Sunny St. Petersburg, Florida hosts the second round of the ERL IndyCar Series. Ahmed Silla on the pole, Bentley alongside. All five lights go on in the second race as we go green in the IndyCar Series, and it is a great getaway there from both of the Sims and the Index Forsyths, but the inside line helping Christian Bentley get in front of Ahmed Silla as they come through the opening chicane. It's Bentley from Silla and Matthew Hart who got past Takeyoshi Nishimoto. Meanwhile, Palamino siphoning his way up into fourth place. We ride on board with the number 12 as they come through turns 8 and 9. Close to the inside wall as always, but they hold it side by side. It's Bentley from Silla and Hart. And look into the inside for the second part of this sweeper is that number 78. Can he hold the inside as they go through the chicane? He tries, but he goes over the white line and gets booked for a track limits infringement. He's going to have to hold off for a moment before thinking about passing again. Maybe he has to let it go to his teammate, who goes round the outside, fails at the pass initially, has the inside, but we have a full course yellow, and it's for Grigorov and for Perez, who have collided down at that final chicane. And Chaos Andley almost looked like he was out of this race as well. For a moment there, you can see the white and papaya number 95 McLaren of Nashe Perez out of this race, but Christian Bentley defending his lead here in St. Pete, trying to go two on the bounce here in Florida in the ERL IndyCar Series on Sparkplug Motorsport 1. Cautions are ending. Already I'm beginning to think about the fuel strategy. 58% full for Christian Palamino, so starting on a lower fuel load compared to those around them. Although Matthew Hart also on a pretty low fuel load already. It's 57 for Bentley. For Hart, it was about 54%. Ahmed Silla, 66% fuel, so his car heavier than those around him, and as a result, about half a tenth slower. So here comes his Scottish teammate looking to the inside. Almost contact made between the two Index Forsyth cars. But all Matthew Hart sees right now is a chance to go to second. And they're both out of this race. Caution comes out for the two Index Forsyth racing cars. Out, and a red flag comes out. And oh my goodness me, there is a pileup and a blockade. Many drivers coming into the pits. That will not count. And we will see you on the other side when this race goes green. Ahmed Silla out of the race as a result of that incident. The 5 red lights come back on. We are green again in St. Petersburg. Great getaway off the line there from Christian Palamino, trying to do what Bentley did on lap 1, and he will do it in style. Palamino to the lead on lap 2 from Bentley and Kaylee Williams, and that is Bastian Tan trying to follow in the slipstream of his teammate. Both of these drivers won races before in the ERL. Kaylee Williams, already a race winner in the IndyCar Series, looks to try and take her second win today. Gets alongside with Christian Bentley and will deny second place from the 32 car as they come through turn number 9. But that inside line, oh so important in this series. And you can see Bentley trying to hold on to it with all of his might, but he's going to lose out here. It's Palamino from Williams and Bentley. And as long as they don't touch, this could be a fantastic battle that goes to the end of the next lap. You can see the 32 now staying right behind as they come through the final chicane. We've already had 2 incidents down here due to drivers just not wanting to give an inch, but thankfully we get through that final chicane cleanly as we begin lap 3 of 14. Palamino from Williams and Bentley, Vastien Tan wanted to take third away from the American. That Andretti Green number 22 going down the inside, trying to take third place. Can he hold on? Can he hold on? He sure can. Take third place away from Christian Bentley, who is going backwards and nowhere fast otherwise. Baptist Sr. with a track limits warning. There were some 5-second time penalties that were awarded after the yellows and the red flag were completed. Sammy Boy Sam now has a 5-second time penalty hanging over his head for his first stop. And also Juan Villalobos with a time penalty as well for the Penske driver, the Pennzoil Shell Penske car. You can see him trying to go down the inside, and we've got a caution. It's for Top Rack. Off into the wall. It's another 5-second time penalty for Babinus Sr., who is having a really scruffy day then for Ray Hall Letterman Racing. Into the pits for Tan and Nishimoto. This is a good time to come in because your stop time is vastly shortened. Matthew Hart, after the incident, went from battling for second to now down in 8th. Spiker Peppo also coming down into the pits there. These yellows now coming to an end then, as the St. Petersburg Grand Prix is green, and a terrible getaway there for Sammy Boy Sam. It's a front puncture for the Kenyan number 27 as we get back up to racing speed. The Ed Carpenter Racing driver now with a front puncture. Coming into that chicane is that Star with a puncture as well. It's 2 cars suffering punctures as we get back up to green. Sammy Boy Sam and Star both suffering front punctures. We've got yellows down in sector 2. It's Star and Spiker Peppo who had just come back out of pit lane. That is unbelievable. And you'll notice both of their cars 3-lap old mediums. Look at Matthew Hart as he gets past Juan Villalobos, who broke extremely early then for the chicane. He knows how aggressive he can be. Sammy Boy Sam goes round. Is that a knock you out of the race? It is. The Hong Kong driver out for a second race in a row. Perfect time for a caution as many drivers now come into the pits. And breathe. We are on lap 5. Sammy Boy Sam and Star, both with major front wing damage, front punctures. Sammy Boy Sam awarded a 5-second time penalty for causing the yellow. And it is Kaylee Williams from Matthew Hart and Babinus Sr. Palamino came out in 4th in front of Vastien Tan, Nishimoto, and teammate Christian Bentley as we are now green again. Sammy Boy Sam and Star now heading through that final chicane at a snail's pace. I'm really worried about the top 2 and their tires, though. They could go quite late into the lap. I don't expect these Firestones to last as many laps as they have already tried to do. Through the final 2 corners then for Kaylee Williams on the lap where she will certainly dive down into the pits. That was very wide there from Nishimoto, staying in front of Christian Bentley. Diving a bit too far there to stay in front of his American teammate, leaving the inside open for the 32, but no pass made. Babinus Sr. leads us to lap 6 from Palamino and Vastien Tan. Williams not taking advantage of either yellow flag period then, and she's going to drop outside of the top 12 because of it. Look at that for her, dropping down to, I think that's 14th, might be even further. Peppo coming through that sector though, so it will be 15th for Kaylee Williams. As look at that for Palamino, all over the back on Babinus Sr. Look at that, with the fresher hard compound tires. It's a matter of when, not if, for the Chip Ganassi driver to take the lead in his second career start in the ERL. Driving for Chip Ganassi Racing, they saw something special in the brother of Nico Palamino. Goes down the inside and takes the lead at the end of lap 6. And you can see already smoke coming off of the tires as they lock up to try and make the pass happen. Nishimoto letting Celavir go by. But it is Palamino in front as it's into the pits there for Sammy Boy Sam again. They sent him out on worn hard compound tires. Halfway through the race then. And Sammy Boy Sam is now a lap down from the podium last time out. Kloske with the fastest lap of this race. And look at Antonio Ponte from the second to last row to now 6th place and holding up Juan Villalobos and Zygmunt fighting over 6th place. Halfway through here in St. Petersburg in the ERL IndyCar Series Round 2 of Season 6 here on Sparkplug Motorsport 1. This is the time where I would often encourage you to do the YouTuber thing. Subscribe, like, comment. But we've got a yellow in Sector 1. Nishimoto involved in that. Let's try and see if we can see it. And it is down at the opening chicane. That's coming out of the pits then for Silky and Takayoshi Nishimoto. And there's still yellows flying out there in Sector 1. I believe that's just for Nishimoto getting back onto the road. But what happened between the Penske and the Sims car to cause them to fly off down at the opening chicane? Babinesh Sr. seemingly not involved at all. But it's a front puncture. No, it's a full car puncture for Kaylee Williams. They sent her out on worn hards. They're out of hard compound tires down at Andretti Green Racing for the 62. And unfortunately for the rookie, in her second start of the season, she's going to have to try and wheel it back, suffering a full tire blowout. Trying to save it under re-acceleration there. And it's the same for Nishimoto. Some of these teams must have not wanted to change tires and just refuel. Bentley now on the back of Christian Palamino. Well, the Spaniard comes in, but Capi Salaver sure ain't done here. Coming across the line to begin lap 9 of 14 down the inside as they put a lap on those who have just come into the pits. That's Williams, Nishimoto, and Spiker Peppo. It's very rare to see drivers fall a lap down. Everyone behind these guys has come in though with 5 to go. Star with the fastest final sector. Currently the fastest lap held by Spiker Peppo, and I think that means he won't get it, but Sammy Boy Sam in last place and a lap down takes it from him. Bastian Tan in 4th place now takes it away from him. And the gap between him and Palamino ever thinner then. Fastest third sector for Tam Andalay. We've seen so many tire blowouts. Who's to say that this race won't be decided by one? The 77 looking for a way to get past Christian Bentley. Just trying to make sure that he doesn't lock up though. He's going to have to hope that APC Motorsports can give him a fantastic pit stop then, as they are certainly coming into the pits at the end of this lap. The running order is going to be mangled in terms of what it looks like on the mini-map though. Palamino in front of Bastian Tan. Then comes Jonathan Sims for those who have already come in with 5 to go. I think if you're on fresh hards right now, if you have them, you're good to the checkered flag. 4 to go. Mediums go on for Christian Bentley, never used. Capi Sullivan out on fresh hards as well, so he's good to the end. Palamino leads, Bastian Tan second. Jonathan Sims now runs in 4th, looks to try and get past Christian Bentley. It's team owner versus his team for Jonathan Sims, and he's definitely evaluating his choices here. Opts not to battle it and hold on to 4th place. Gets close to the outside wall there. As Chaos Andalay further back, dueling with Antonio Ponte. A strategical masterclass from Power Motorsports number 94 team, as Nishimoto sets a new fastest lap of this race in 15th. Chaos Andalay going off the road, trying to challenge the Power Motorsport 94 in front of him. Side by side with the Italian as they come through this double right, and he hits the rear tire there of Antonio Ponte. He gets booked for a 5-second time penalty, causing collisions with 3 laps to go. Bastian Tan into the pits then for what should be the Filipino driver's last stop. That was out of the pits there for Sammy Boy Sam, who is well and truly out of sequence. Punctures abundant today Chaos Andale trying to bring a little bit of chaos here. Fresh mediums going on. That'll take him to the checkered flag then for Vasti and Tam. For Tam Andale, fresh mediums as well. Teammate Chaos Andale still on the back of Antonio Ponte as they fight over 5th place. 5th place scoring 16 points in the ERL IndyCar Series. With the fastest lap currently being held by someone outside of the points, I believe that means Nishimoto will not collect that points tally. And it's into the pits for Kaylee Williams and for Nishimoto as well for what should be their last stops. Definitely looking for a red flag for many of these drivers to get their laps back as Palamino comes into the pits at the end of lap 11. It's Bentley who will lead us to lap 12. We had so much chaos at the start of this race. Now with the pack beginning to spread out a little, though that was Selavir getting really friendly there with Nishimoto as he puts him a lap down. Kaylee Williams next up to put a lap on. Honestly, I don't think the action's just over yet. Track limits warning for Matthew Hart. Vasti and Tan's going to close up to the back of Christian Palamino as he sets the fastest final sector. He's going to close up as we have a yellow, and it is for Spiker Peppo in 15th place. That's going through the final sequence of turns. Is that we're hearing now it is a mechanical failure then for the Mexican driver. I don't think they'll allow us to say what it is exactly, but a full course yellow coming out. I think that could be the race for Sims Gazos number 32. A second race win in a row for Christian Bentley. Last time out in the Champ Car World Series, we had an American champion in Neptune Grizzly. But Sims keep out the 32 as we go green again for the penultimate lap here in St. Pete. Are they going to try and go the distance with Christian Bentley? Selavir very much trying to keep Nishimoto right behind. Or is the Sims driver actually getting a bit of a slipstream to take the fastest lap away from anyone else who could try and get it? Kloske into the pits for his third and final stop at the end of his lap 12. That moves Sims up to 6th, so your current running order looks like this. Bentley from Selavir and Villalobos, then comes Palomino, Vastian Tan and Jonathan Sims. Ponce running in 7th, followed by Zygmunt and the Team Go duo of Chaos and Tam Andale. Babina Senior and Silky round out your top 12. Meanwhile, outside of that top 12, you've got a lot of drivers 50 seconds or further back behind. Look at Nishimoto, definitely keeping Cappy Selavir on notice. Into the pits for Christian Bentley, and Selavir stays out. Onto the current lap, 1 to go. Sims Racing has blundered on the strategy. I don't think they have the fuel to get to the end. Cappy Selavir leads on lap 14 of 14. Christian Palomino with a new fastest lap. Juan Villalobos could win this race, guys. He's 2.9 seconds off the back. He needs a good last lap here, but his tires might be too old. This race might go to the APC man as he's dueling with Takayoshi Nishimoto. Look at the tires for Juan Villalobos. 5 laps old. Selavir side by side with a car a lap down as we've got yellows. It's Sims and his teammates, Sammy Boy Sam, going round there. Front wing damage there and a front puncture once more for the 27. But for the first time since his days in Champ Car, Cappy Selavir will be a Grand Prix winner in the ERL IndyCar Series. Bentley's down in 5th place. I don't think he made up any ground after coming in. I think definitively you have to call that a failure, and that was a full car puncture there for Sammy Boy Sam. Fastest final sector for Bentley as he came across the line, but it's Palomino who will come home with the additional 3 points for the fastest lap. Somehow, I think it might only be Sammy Boy Sam who will suffer a full car puncture there, although Kaylee Williams' tires just as old, and they could go. as we ride on board with the Englishwoman. Sammy Boy Sam, you can see him right in front through the final few corners. Thankfully, he moves out of the way. Nishimoto quite a ways behind and definitely gave Sullivan a little bit of exercise in how to defend. Even if he didn't do it too well, it's still the win for the APC team, despite having a car out of the race. Here's the podium. Cappy Sullivan back on the top step, followed by Juan Villalobos with a bit of redemption then for him and Team Penske after a terrible day in the office in Homestead. And look at the Spaniard stood alongside them. Christian Palamino, second last time out, third this time out with the fastest lap. The rest of your finishers will be on the other side. And here is your official classification after the St. Petersburg Grand Prix. Sullivan coming home with the win, followed by Juan Villalobos and Christian Palamino, who took the fastest lap of the race. Sebastian Tan fourth from Christian Bentley and Zygmunt, then came Chaos Andley, Antonio Ponte, Tam Andley, Jonathan Sims, Babina Sr., and Silky, your point scorers. Outside of the top 12, we've got Kloske from Hart, Williams, Nishimoto, Star, and Sammy Boy Sam, with Spiker Peppo and RQ top rack, Nashe Perez, Ivo Grigorov, and Ahmed Silla being the non-finishers after race 2 in the IndyCar series. As for your Drivers' Championship, without taking home a race win, Christian Palamino has overtaken Christian Bentley for the championship lead, followed by Bastian Tan and Cappy Sullivan. Sammy Boy Sam is 5th from Juan Villalobos and Nishimoto, then comes Tam Andley, Zygmunt, Ivo Grigorov, Chaos Andley, Babina Sr., Antonio Ponte, and Nashe Perez. Sims is 15th from Peppo and Silky, then comes Kloske, Hart, Williams, Star, Ahmed Silla, and RQ, and Top Rack. And Kaylee Williams being yet to score is quite shocking to me, as well as Matthew Hart being yet to score as well. Those two drivers, in my opinion, should be scoring points by this point. Sims Gazoo Racing and Target Chip Ganassi level on points in the lead of the championship, followed by Andretti Green Racing and Team Go. Then comes APC Motorsport, Ed Carpenter Racing, Aaron McLaren, Team Penske, Team Ray Hall, Power Motorsport, Newman Haas, and Indec Foresight Racing. While many teams still yet to score after a hectic championship lead, however, round 3 in Texas promises to be even better. Don't go anywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.